Good morning, friends. Another walk and talk. Today's topic, protein powder. Protein powder is the most purchased and popular, other than a pre-workout, supplement that's out there in terms of what people use pretty much on a daily basis. However, there's still some confusion out there, especially with people who are just getting into supplements and fitness, about what to use. If you go to any supplement store or you look online, there is a plethora of choices out there. So what brand do you get? Do you even understand what type of protein is in the product? A lot of times people just roll up to a supplement store, and when they don't know what they're getting, they'll just say, hey, what's the best-selling protein that you have? And then, obviously, the clerk will do the little sales pitch and either sell whatever is legitimately the best-selling, or if they work off commission, they're going to say, this is an easy sell, easy commission. You want this one because it's going to give them a bigger commission. Which, look, I can't fault them. They're in sales. But let's kind of go over a few of the different protein powders that are out there, and when to actually use them. Because for me, that's the most important part. How do you leverage the protein powder to help you achieve your goals? Is there a protein powder that isn't going to work? No, not at all. It's just depending on when you're going to use the protein powder. Are you using it at night? Are you using it post-workout? Are you using it in conjunction with a meal to increase your protein content of that particular meal? So let's talk about it. Let's start with the slowest digesting protein. That's a casein. So casein usually takes anywhere from, they say, 7 to 9 hours to break down fully. So it's a slow absorbing, slow digesting protein powder. Well, why would you want a slow digesting protein powder? Well, for one, at bed would be ideal. Casein is the perfect protein to use before you jump in bed because it's slow digesting. So, they say that when you go to bed, you're fasting, right? Because you're not eating anything for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours while you're actually asleep. And that's correct. But if you use something like a casein protein, the biggest thing with fasting at night, people are like, you're going to go catabolic and start burning muscle. Well, no, it's not really how it works. But if you wanted to stay anabolic and have something in your system that's constantly feeding your muscles, then casein's the way to go. You take it right before you go to bed. Now, caveat to that, or I guess just a heads up, casein protein is the grittiest freaking protein you'll eat or drink. It resembles sand, in my opinion. So if you dump sand in water and you try to drink it, that's pretty much what it is. Now, granted, it could be slightly exaggerated, but I'm trying to give you a texture standpoint that it's not liquidy, watery like a whey concentrate is. So if you're going to use a casein protein, just be aware it's going to be gritty, okay? That's not a bad thing. It's just different, right? So if you want something that's going to break down, be slowly absorbed over a long, sustained period of time, casein is perfect. That'll sustain you throughout the night, keep you recovering while you're sleeping. So that's choice number one. We'll get to kind of blended in a minute. The next one is a whey concentrate. This is probably the most common in protein powders today because it's not super expensive. So they can kind of keep the prices down. Now, if you're shopping for protein, you're going to get sticker shock. And sorry to bust your bubble, but protein ain't getting cheaper. In fact, it continues to go up. Brands are continuing to struggle to figure out how they can keep the prices down for consumers, how they can keep their prices down and keep their margins. Some brands are just eating away at their margins, not trying to increase those costs to the consumer so that it doesn't price them out of the market. But for the most part, everybody's doing it. Everybody's feeling the squeeze of these price increases for proteins. But whey concentrate, most commonly found, especially in blends, because it is one of the least expensive forms of protein powder that's out there. Now, it's a much faster digesting and absorbing protein compared to casein. It's not the fastest, but if you're looking for something that the taste of is amazing, a lot of the whey concentrates that are out on the market today are just flavored superbly. You'll find it in a bazillion different types of flavors. Flavor systems today are spot on. If you follow me, you know I'm a big fan of the NutriBio wheys, the Muscle Sport proteins, like what Jason's doing over there. But man, especially his lean whey. If you want to taste something that's amazing, now it has a blend, but honestly, his flavor systems, Mark Glazer's proteins and flavor systems over at NutriBio, in my opinion at least, they're some of the best. Then you have guys like Ghost. Man, it's hard to beat all those brands on flavors. But if you want something that's not going to necessarily break the bank and watch your life savings go down the drain, get yourself some whey concentrate. Next, probably one of the most popular after whey concentrate is the whey isolate. It's a very, very superior form of protein. You're basically pulling out all of the fats and carbs compared to something like a casein or even a whey concentrate. And basically what that does is it keeps your carb and your fats low. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to stay within your macros. So if you're low carb or you're low fat, an isolate is perfect, right? So isolate's very clean. Some of them, especially like the clear type of isolates, I won't name the names because I don't want to say put them on blast, but it's just something that happens with some of the isolates where, you know, it's anti-foaming type technology and stuff. Some of it gets extremely foamy, and you shake it up in the shaker bottle, and it's like if you drink beer and you just pour it in real fast in a cup, you know how you get the foam at the top. I won't say what that's called because YouTube will probably flag me for saying it. But it can get foamy. However, whey isolate is a much superior form of protein powder if you're looking for, you know, a high quality type to get started with. Now, that is faster than casein, that is faster than whey concentrate, and basically what it does is it quickly absorbs, it hits your system almost immediately. And the nice thing about protein powder is that you don't have to, you know, digest it like food. You know, with food, it takes longer to digest and absorb because your body has to break it down. When it's in liquid form, it's already there, so your body can more easily pull it out. Now, let's talk about blends real fast. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I want to get in and out of this. A blended protein is great because you're able to have the best of both worlds. Some people, they poo-poo on blends. They're like, oh, well, you're using an inferior type of protein. No, it's all useful. So for instance, if you have something that has a whey concentrate and a casein protein in it, you know, you can use that at bed still. It's perfectly fine. stuff's going to hit your system almost immediately, and then you're going to have that sustained release throughout the night. Some people, they'll use a whey isolate, and then they'll combine it with, a concentrate, maybe even a casein protein in there too. So you have a fast, a medium, and slow digesting protein source. A lot of blends are used not as a meal replacement, but in addition to, a meal to increase the protein content. But if it has a casein in it, it's going to help you feel fuller for longer. So if you're dieting, a casein protein is great in between meals because it's going to help you stay full, help you stay satiated, and be slow digesting. So you're going to get those amino acid release for longer. So those are the three main types of protein powder that I wanted to talk about because they're something that everybody's been using for years and years and years and years and years. But with that being said, guys, if you have any questions or you're looking for a specific type of protein for whatever reason, drop it down in the comments. Say, hey, I'm looking for a casein. Hey, I'm looking for a whey concentrate. Hey, I'm looking for an isolate protein. And I'll get back to you in the comments. But hopefully you found this valuable. If you did, please drop a like. It helps with the algorithm. YouTube isn't exactly friendly these days with people that are starting and without a following. But share it if you feel that it brought value. And if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you come along and join me with these walk and talk episodes. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or evening whenever you are watching this, and hope to catch you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye. Hey guys, sorry, real fast. I forgot to mention something because in my world it's common sense, but in your world, just starting out, you probably don't know. So when we were talking about those three types of protein powder, right? We talked about when to actually use them and how casein is perfect for nighttime or between meals to help keep you satiated. We talked about how concentrate is the most common type and pretty universal. You can use it whenever, but it is a faster digesting protein. And then an isolate, the fastest of the three, great for post-workout. I forgot to mention that. Wanted to make sure I touched on that. Sorry for the huffing and puffing. I got to the bottom of the hill. I started walking back up. Realized I didn't mention when to use concentrate and isolate. So again, post-workout, an isolate or even a concentrate is perfect because it is faster digesting. So it's going to hit your body, hit your muscles faster because it's faster absorbing, faster digesting. So those two would be ideal post-workout if you had them. Now again, you could use a blended protein post-workout. So an isolate or a concentrate blend. You could use one that has a casein in it. Personally, I'm not a fan of using a casein blend post-workout if I don't have to. I mean, if it's all you got, it's all you got, right? But I tend to keep those for between meals, with a meal, or nighttime, since it has that slow release of amino acids. So I wanted to add that. Sorry, I left it out of the initial video, so I had to pop back on, huffing and puffing, going up this hill now. So hopefully that adds more insight into when you can use those various types of proteins. You can even use a whey concentrate pre-workout if you really wanted to. Personally, I would do it maybe an hour to 2 hours before you work out. Don't do it right before, like an actual pre-workout, 20-30 minutes before, because it's not really gonna do much at that point. So I would use it as like a pre-workout meal if you wanted something like that. Guys, I swear you can't make this up. This is now take 3. My battery died. as I'm walking, because apparently my phone didn't charge last night, so I had to quick hook it up to the external battery. So, sorry about that, and let's take 3 of this outro. So again, use the isolate or concentrate post-workout because it's fast digesting. It'll hit your muscles faster, give it the nutrients that it needs to recover, rebuild, grow, get stronger, and just enjoy the process. You know, I love protein powders because you have the ability to use them whenever. So I get real creative with the flavors, especially with the lean whey from Muscle Sport. They have a creamsicle flavor, which is good as a dessert. They have a pina colada flavor, which is super good. It's actually got little shavings of coconut in it. But again, you know, try different things out, see what you like, but utilize those 3 proteins that we talked about: the casein, the concentrate, and the isolate, and use them to your advantage. Again, just to recap, casein protein, slow digesting, takes 7 to 9 hours to break down, be absorbed, and be utilized by the body. A concentrate is faster, takes about an hour to actually get in your system. Then you have an isolate, which is super fast, goes in, 20, 30 minutes. But again, if you have questions or you want some recommendations of what to actually have, what flavors I recommend, what brands I recommend, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I won't call anybody out at this stage unless people want me to give my opinion. But I appreciate you guys. Sorry for the choppiness of this video. Me forgetting when to tell you what to use post-workout. And then, of course, my battery dying. So, that's it. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.